Well, these have come out amazing. I'm so pleased with them. I finished the other ones, but I want to show you how I did it. I'm going to be using the longer LK5 Pro, which is really easy to use. And I'm also using the longer slicing program, which, believe me, anyone can use. It is so simple. And most of my designs I get from a free website, which I'll link in the description below. And it's got thousands of designs and lots of things. You just have to import them in and then you can print them off. The longer LK5 Pro is so easy to use and set up. Believe me, if it wasn't, I wouldn't be able to use it. And it comes with everything that you'll need. And if you want to check out one of the other videos that I've made on the longer LK5 Pro 3D printer, then I'll link some at the end. So it's now off and running and printing lovely. These have all finished now. It didn't take too long. All I need to do is just turn off the 3D printer and remove these from the plate. Look how easy they come up. Lovely. And now it's just a case of giving these all a nice little trim. I will take all this off. And for example, on this one that says Merry Christmas, all I'll do is I will go round it with a knife and take off any little loose bits that are there and go through each one of these bits and clean them up. That doesn't take long at all. So I've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 great little decorations that we can use now for tags on presents or to give people in their cards. They're just nice to give away. But we haven't finished with them yet. There's still some loveliness to come on this. If you haven't got yourself a longer LK5 Pro and you want a 3D printer, I would suggest you get one. Honestly, the projects you can make on it are endless. The other great thing is it has a really tall bed here, so you can actually print some really tall things. So easy to use. If an idiot like me can use it, then anyone can use it. Love it to bits. And the great thing is, it's not expensive at all. So let's see what we're going to do with these and how we're going to do it. Now, I've got some normal sticky back plastic here. It's lovely and clear. It is ideal for doing larger open back things like this. And I've got a whole roll of it, so you can cut it to whatever size you want. It works really well. All I need to do is put that onto there, making sure I've got it covered, and push that down onto the sticky. Now, we'll pick it up and I'll go round and I'll make sure it's fully attached. I'm going to be using UV resin for these because I think it works really well for these, but I'm also going to do something else to finish them off, which is a bit special, which I will show you at the end. It won't take long. This is the benefit of having a 3D printer, because I could have made these smaller, I could have made them really large, and there's thousands and thousands of things to choose from. So definitely, if you put it on your Christmas list or save up for one, I would recommend getting it. It has transformed my crafting. So that's the longer LK5 Pro. I'm all ready now to put my colour in. Now, it's quite cold in here today. What I've done is I've thinned this UV resin out using the heater in my room, and it's thinned it out lovely. You want it to be fairly thin for what you're about to do. It just makes life a little bit easier. Now, I'm going to cure this up with some gold glitter in it, and I'm putting quite a bit in there. Now, this is a really ultra fine gold glitter, and I have dropped this gold glitter about 3 times and made so much mess. And this will mix in really easily. It'll also cure up beautifully. The glitter just doesn't seem to stop the resin from curing. So I'm giving that a quick mix round. That's all you need. And now I'm using a pipette to ensure that I get it into the right places. I am sometimes a little bit messy, and as you know, I do have a tremor, so as a result, I sometimes shake and get it over everywhere, but I can live with that. And as long as you've got no UV light in your room, it's going to remain uncured. I always wipe the end of my pipette first. That way, I'm not likely to get messy everywhere. And I put a dollop in all my spaces, and then I'll allow that to find its own level to start with. And because it's thinner, it will do that fairly quick. And you might be thinking, well, that doesn't have a hoop on it. How's he going to hang that one up on his tree? Well, I got to show you that too, because it looks really pretty. Once I've got that done like that, what I'll do is I'll break one of these sticks so I get a nice point. And this is the coffee stirrers that I've started using. I absolutely love them. And if you move your resin into all the little corners and where you want it, then when you fill this up, the next time it will automatically flow into those places. Now we've got that all spread out, what we can do is start filling these up a little bit more with this same mixture. And then once they're filled up, I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Well, that's all nicely filled up now, and it's just a case of curing it. And I'm going to be using the curing lamp that came with my kit. And my kit contains everything that you'll need to get started with resin jewellery. It's well worth it and saves you a fortune. I'll link it in the description below. Also has UV resin in it, the one I just used. I will leave that there for about 3 minutes, curing that up, and then we can get on to the next stage. Well, this should all be lovely and cured now, so we can take that off. Yes, beautiful and cured. Now all we have to do is remove this backing from here, and we can move and follow on to the next stage. If you've got any that's gone over a little bit too far, maybe I had a tiny little leak there, all I'll do is pop round it with a blade and tidy that up. And then if you've got any on your bit that you don't want, pop over it with your blade. Because this is made with the 3D printer, it will come off fairly easily on there with a little bit of blade work. Now I'm going to dome the back, or cover the back, in a UV resin again with a different contrasting colour mixed into it, and this is blue glitter. It's more of a chunky glitter. Again, this should cure up, no problems at all. The UV resin that comes in my kit is a brilliant UV resin. It's by J. Diction, and it is without a doubt the best UV resin I've ever used. Get rid of any bubbles that may have come up or you may have put in through mixing the glitter in. And again, with UV resin, you can use a long neck lighter and then cure that up exactly the same way. That's all nicely cured now. Look how beautiful and sparkly that is. What I'm going to do is I've cut some decorations out using my Cricut, and I want to decorate that back up a little bit. Now, if you want to dome this afterwards, again, you certainly could with some resin. I don't need to. I quite like it as it is. This is just a normal snowflake. Pop that down a little bit lower rather than central. Pull that off. There, that's on there now. I've got a piece of ribbon, and how I do this is I put a little bit of hot glue there, probably a bit too much, but there we go. And then I'll join those two pieces together. I'll fold them on themselves while the glue's still hot, and then hold them together. Any excess glue that has come out, I can just take off. I want it to hang from about there. Little bit of glue on there, and then push my ribbon into that. You don't have to do this, obviously, for the ones that have got the hoops in. Take any spare glue away. I've got these little gold bows here, and I'm going to glue one of those onto the ribbon. That just finishes it off a little bit. And that's the beauty about having the longer 3D printer. Honestly, you can make so many different things. So let's have a look at them all. Here we go. I've done all these. Some I've done without any glitter in. That one hasn't got any glitter in. Those have got glitter in. That one hasn't. I think I did one without glitter in, which is that one. That one. That's got a boot and Merry Christmas written on the back. Actually, I'm not sure if that's a cat or a wolf or a fox. Who knows? And then we've got the Merry Christmas ones, which are lovely as well, all sparkly, and I've put a boot on the back of that. So let me quickly show you the backs. Oh look, there's an angel on the back of that one. And you could dome these backs if you wanted to. I like them both way round, but I do love the fronts. If you want to get hold of the longer LK5 3D printer, I will link it in the description below. It is such an amazing price. Make a great Christmas present for yourself or for someone that you love so that you can use it afterwards. Take care, enjoy your resin. Bye.